Good. Have a good day. You're dismissed. Goodbye. What up, everybody? Happy Sunday. Those of you that are coming in that are real to this channel, that love this channel, that support this channel, I appreciate you. I definitely have admiration for a lot of people that put the norm aside and have their own judge of character, knowing things that are very controversial, being able to set aside the feelings and be able to look at the facts and judge people by the facts and not the hearsay or propaganda or what's popular and what's not. I thank you all for coming. I thank you all for supporting me. And I just want to give a shout out to those people that's in chat right now. Excuse me. So we got Mike Stevens. What's up? What's going on? Jonathan, what's happening? David Bennett, what's happening? Michigan Constitutional Crusader, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. Tacoma, what's up? Mike Stevens, again, everybody's saying their pleasantries to everybody. And as people start to come in, as the slow notifications go out, I will do my best. But I have an interesting video that I come across, and I just wanted to talk about it and how this police officer fully violates the rights of the man she's talking to. These people don't know the law. They just simply think that because they have this clown suit on and that badge and that gun, that you should automatically listen to them and automatically adhere to their demands, regardless if it's right or wrong. You will see in this video how wrong these people really are. You will see in this video where the wrongdoer, being the police officer, tells the guy, gives the subject that they call a subject eye-to-eye contact and tell him that he didn't do anything wrong. Well, I got a problem with that because this guy plainly tells them exactly who she is and what her place is in society, and she just don't get it. Let's see. Michigan Constitutional Crusader says notifications absolutely suck on screw YouTube. Yeah. Anymore. Yeah, they're bad. I know everybody's feeling it. Even guys that have 2 or 300,000 subscribers. Dave that owes it's been coming out. He doesn't understand it as a YouTube creator. He's trying to say I think he was being modest when he said, well, maybe people are just not liking me or maybe unsubscribing. And that's not the truth, because if they were unsubscribed, they would have unsubscribed them, right? So it's the notification. And I said, you're definitely being shadow banned. There's no doubt in my mind that that's a form of shadow ban. So when they don't give out your notifications, that is how that's doing. And he doesn't have no mods, so there's nobody rogue up in there deleting people, and which is a good thing. You can always fall back on that. That is the sad part about having mods. You know, some people, they get butt hurt by somebody else, and then their beefs carry into your business, and it's pretty shitty. You know, it just becomes like a how would I put it? an obligation to you to handle it because, they brought it in your shit. You know what I mean? It's just some people just run their mouths out here and they're just snowflakes, man. Anyway, I appreciate everybody here. Hey, hello. Oh, wow, that was crazy. My phone just started playing by itself.
I appreciate everybody here.
Tell me, you guys, tell me that they're not spying on us by making our stuff play. You seen that? My hands are up in the air and that thing just started playing all by itself. That's freaking nuts. You know what I mean? Again, we find ourselves in these enigmas that we really can't nail down to, like, a solid fact. We only go by the pattern and the learned behavior and the situations, how they organically play out in front of us, and then try to add the common sense of what is right and what is wrong in there. It says, let's see. What's going on? The not today. Okay, gotcha. Okay. Gregory, what's up? Anyway, so we got an interesting video here, and I'm just gonna bring it up and play it because I think it just says boatloads for the public servant and who they are. This is supposed to be a public servant. All right. This is supposed to be somebody that is professional, that is committed to excellence, that has training to deal with people. Okay. And they show the opposite. And if it wasn't for channels like, first and foremost, get about the Michigan auditors like Freaking Media, MCC, Broken System, Broken Trust, Public Tour, Eyes on Corruption. And if there's anybody else that I didn't mention that's in there, so be it. And they are committed to telling their side of the story from their camera and what they see and disseminate it the best way they can. And we've seen it throughout many thousands of videos later. We're still knowing and trying to convince the public at large to say, hey, you have the authority, we the people, they are the tools, we are the stewards. What's going on here? Why should this happen? So I'm gonna, without further ado, I'm just gonna go ahead and let some of this play, and I will be interrupting here and there to point out specific things that are important to this officer's behavior and how it affects her perception of what her code of conduct is and her bargaining agreement, let alone the oath to the Constitution. Here we go.
I'm gonna give you. You're gonna get what you got to get coming.
Can I have your name on?
Can you make sure you tell them the right thing? We ain't doing nothing wrong. I know we ain't doing nothing wrong, right?
I'm not saying you're doing it
right.
You can cancel that. I didn't say you were doing anything wrong, but I.
There you go. There it is, right there. If somebody doesn't want to be talked to or messed with, as soon as you hear this police officer say those words, you go to the next thing immediately and ask them, well, am I detained? Because it shows a double standard in their actions.
Right.
You can cancel that. I didn't say you were doing anything wrong, but I want you to identify yourself because you're going in and out of all these buildings.
Okay, you want me to identify, you want people to identify to you. Who do you think you are for us to identify ourselves to, because you are getting complaints of somebody with a camera or somebody that might not belong or somebody this, that, and you don't know that for a fact, and neither do they. So your dispatcher is being freaking gaslit, let alone the police officer gaslighting the subject. It's sad.
That's all I asked for, right?
Grandmother.
And
That's all I asked for, is to violate your Fourth Amendment right.
he's not in
Gra-
any
hold on.
uniform, and she has no badge.
He has a
She has
badge.
no badge, and she has no-
Miss Lady,
Where's
but
the
you
badge?
making it seem
I
like
am
we're the
not
bad people. So
looking
I'm hold my
at
phone.
anybody's phone. I want a
Let's
badge.
go.
I
See
want
that?
a badge.
See that? He's like, there you go. Put me in cuffs. Put me in cuffs. If you think that I've committed a crime, put me in cuffs.
Let's go. I want to go to
I
jail
want a badge.
because I'm looking.
I
don't
want
answer.
a badge.
I'm putting me in handcuffs. Let's go.
I want a badge.
I'm not breaking any law, Miss Lady.
Actually, you're trespassing.
You have to be trespassing to go
You're
trespass.
trespassing. It's private property. It's
You have to
private
be
property.
Okay.
trespassing.
You have to-
Did you hear what she said? She's already conceded to him saying, yes, I know you've done nothing wrong. And now she gaslights him into this because he's telling her where she's wrong. Listen, he further educates her. What's up, Brent? How you doing?
to
Be
be
trespassing.
trespass. You the cop. You know
You
the
are
law.
trespassing. It's private
We're
property.
not trespassing. You have to be
You are-
trespassed.
Okay, so can we leave?
No, stay.
Okay, we can stay. We can stay. So she's. Are we being detained?
2772 to 2770.
So we are being detained.
Are we being detained?
I just want your
So we're being
identification.
detained.
Wait a minute.
Are we being
Suspicious.
detained?
See how she's like circumventing the facts here? She's literally circumventing what we would know as a detainment. If you're doing something wrong, especially in that state, that is the state of Pennsylvania. If you're doing something wrong and you're violating the law, boom. That is where the IDs come out. That is what it says in their Pennsylvania compiled law.
Give me your badge.
Because-
If you can certainly show a badge to anybody here, you
being
can show me the
hostile.
badge.
We have a.
You
You're a
are.
civil
All
servant,
I did
ma'am.
was ask you for your
Okay.
identification.
So,
How am I being hostile?
Let's.
All I
Yes.
asked-
How is she being hostile, guys? Look at this. Look at the continents on her face. She's stressing to the point to where the vein is popping out of her neck with that big ass gun on her side and this clown suit we know it as a universal police uniform.
Right.
Did I ask you for your just
You
your
protect and
identification?
serve me. Can you de-escalate?
You are a civil
Give
servant.
me your
Can you please de-escalate?
identification of where you people
Yes,
work.
I
That's it.
will give you.
Where
my
you
identification.
people, whoa, where you people work. What does she mean by that?
That's the
Yes.
first
Will
thing I
you?
asked you.
Okay, but
That's
before
all I
the
asked
law
for.
states, in order for me to identify to a police officer in the state of Pennsylvania, you have to have reasonable, articulable suspicion that I've committed a crime, have committed
No,
a crime.
no. As long as
What do you mean? No. That's not true. This ain't a traffic stop.
there's a
Suspicion.
as long as there is a complaint, I have to get to the bottom of the
Okay,
complaint.
but
Right. You go to the person, listen to them, go to the person that called Swine 11 or Wine 11 or whatever you want to call it. Okay. And you hear their complaint and you investigate it from their point. If they have shown you evidence that this person has committed a crime, then you act on it. If you don't, you leave them alone and say, hey, these people were thinking this. I would advise this and move along. And of course, you know how we do it. Well, we don't need no advice. I'm grown. You know, I can give you directives too. You know, I could give you suggestions too. You know, and you know what the derogatory suggestions is. I don't want to repeat it.
But Miss
Correct?
Lady, you
So
don't
I
have.
don't know if anything is
We
going
have an
on here.
appointment.
I
We
don't
came
have.
here for appointments.
I don't know that.
We're telling you.
Why in the Sam heaven do we have to tell her anything if we haven't committed a crime? Let's go back. Let's go back to this point right here. Let's go back to this point right here. Ready? This is where it should have ended.
We ain't doing nothing wrong, right?
I'm not saying you're doing it.
Right.
You can cancel that. I didn't say you were doing anything wrong, but I want.
Okay. If you're not doing anything wrong, then why in the Sam how are we here? Why are we at this point right? Let's see. Why are we at this point right here? Why are we at that point where she's like combative, she's mad, her countenance in her face, she's showing a disdain in her face for this man and this other person that this man is with, and trying to make them do something that they don't have to do.
Why were you looking
Why
at
you
you.
being so hostile?
Look at that.
You want to get mad at me?
We
You want to get mad at
recording
me
this.
because you get mad at him?
Look at
Nobody
her.
cares.
This course, they don't care. This is why you got to end qualified immunity, ladies and gentlemen. This is the problem with qualified immunity. You got people that are acting like this that work for you, okay? And you think just because they have a badge and you're for law and order that you're going to enable that type of behavior right there. Shame on you, the bootlicker, for enabling this type of behavior. Because this is how people get hurt and killed for nothing.
Give me your identification, who you work for. That's all I'm asking.
Me too.
Ain't nobody worry about
You're
you.
a police caller, bro.
I'm a police caller. She said, you're a police caller. She goes, I am, because blah, 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 blah. But she didn't articulate a crime.
Yes, we do have badges, lady.
Oh, we all have badges.
badges.
She doesn't.
Look
We've
what
all
we're
got
wearing.
badges. Don't pull it out.
She doesn't.
We're working.
Does she have that on?
So, Miss
Wait,
Lady,
Miss Sir, Mr. Sir.
That's all
Yes,
right.
sir.
Sorry.
you putting you on YouTube. You going on YouTube, you gotta be famous. In fact, y'all right with the camera crew. Where the camera crew at?
We don't have it.
Okay.
She does not
Well,
have.
how about
she
this?
does not
Until
have
your
her
supervisor
desk on.
get here,
I
I'm
have
going
a
to
supervisor on
invoke
shift
my
now.
Fifth Amendment. Now, if you want to arrest me, you can do that. I'm sorry you have to go like
Fifth
this.
Amendment as well.
But for a man that's protecting his rights, you
Your
want me
rights
to?
is what? To identify
Okay, no,
yourself?
to plead the fifth
Identify
because I
who
have
you're
not
working
committed
for.
a crime. I only answer when I commit a crime, Miss Lady. I have not committed a
All
crime,
I'm asking you for is your ID.
but I will
That's
have
it.
to get that if I commit a crime. You
This
so
is
used to
private
arresting
property.
people.
She's saying that
What she
this
say?
girl is in her building
Okay.
and soliciting
Doing what?
PPNL.
Oh, soliciting
That's
people.
what her- that's the complaint.
Soliciting
Oh,
PPL. Y'all don't even have
soliciting.
PPL.
Yelling.
You don't even have PPL.
You don't even have PPL. You're a
You don't even
liar.
have PPL.
You don't have to come over here.
So it's us against them.
You don't have to come over here.
Okay, well, give me your. Do you live here though?
I don't answer questions.
No,
Miss
you
Lady,
just
I know my law.
That's what that lady said.
Stop talking. Don't nobody worry about you. Stop
Give me
talking.
just your identification.
Okay.
Who you work for. That's
Only-
it. That's all I ask. for.
Okay.
I work
so,
for IGS. My name is Jeffrey Geist.
I'm asking him.
Okay.
He gave you a thing, and I'm gonna tell you this: you can call me good citizen.
Give me your identification for who you work for. Okay.
But
That's
can I
all.
ask you why?
I just to verify that you're supposed to be here.
Oh, to verify that you're supposed to be here. But you heard her in the beginning. You've done nothing wrong. You've done nothing wrong. And the people that own that building did not call. It's just somebody, what's one of their customers that live there that called because they're cop callers.
Okay, so I'm
So if I have people
so
that
if
are
you want to
afraid,
verify for me, you can go ask them that
Afraid?
we was hungry. Did you
No,
have a problem
Caleb,
with these
really
individuals?
scared.
I don't.
See, people got a problem. I'm gonna say this like it needs to be said. People got a problem with being told what to do, especially when they're right. People got a problem of people being invasive. People got a problem of people that are so invasive and so entitled that they think that they could just get anything they want out of you. And it's not helping the situation. This guy is a person of color. It really isn't. I mean, it's just making this situation worse in these situations.
Investigating.
How am I scary?
All right, let's go. Let's go.
When I give you my name,
When she's nervous thinking that somebody's here maybe doing something wrong, I come and ask you guys questions, and you made it into this big thing. All you had to do-
Exactly. Your Fourth Amendment is a big deal. See, this is what bootlickers don't understand. If you don't use them, you'll lose them. That is why you're being censored across the board right now, everywhere, in everything that you do. And if we didn't go out there and do this, we would have probably be a lot further into censorship than we are now.
your name and who you work for, and then I would have been on my way already. That's all.
See, and we're fronting the people off that are violating executive orders by writing stuff into law that is unconstitutional. We're watching this play out. So later on, we'll be able to hold them accountable, go drag them out of their house like they have other people with unconstitutional things, and literally stand in charge by the community and get justice for this, because we're tired of this shit.
Let it come down.
First of all, right? I love you. Listen, stop. Let me give you some love. You do not. Listen, hear me out, hear me out.
No, I just
I don't have to identify.
You hear the narcissistic oppressor in denial? This guy is like really being, I got to give it to him. He's being nice to her. He's like, look, man, I love you, man. I'm not trying to hurt you, but you really don't know the law. That's basically what he's telling her, like, what are you prepared to do in these situations? And that's what I would do. If you look at yourself later on, you're going to see the veins popping out of your throat for absolutely nothing that was unlawful. And you're a law enforcement officer, and you're supposed to be enforcing law, not feelings.
Okay.
Unless I committed a crime. You know this, Miss.
I don't know if you committed a
Okay,
crime.
well, have
We
anybody
didn't.
committed a crime?
Hey, I just.
No, that lady saying we committed a crime.
That's what I'm getting to the bottom of. Can
So
I
I'm
speak?
telling you,
I'm
there's no
allowed to ask questions.
Yes, you are. And we
until
got a
that's
right to
what?
deny them.
Can I speak real quick? This lady right here, I just spoke with her. You can tell her. She'll tell you everything I just talked to her about.
Yeah, oh, is that a supervisor?
Miss Lady,
Can I just get your name and your
Everybody double
who
team.
you work for? Triple team, actually.
Oh,
We all come to each other's house. Just give me your name and who you work for, please.
Officer.
So now it appears to me like there's two jurisdictions here.
So they're doing the survey, but they want she's
So
she wait, excuse me.
Look at her. She is trying to stay in control of a situation to where she is out of control. She doesn't understand that she is not in control, right? And she is out of control. And this guy is being really kind to her. I'd been trolling the hell out of her, straight up, until the owner of the complex would have trespassed me, or would have said, hey, you need to leave him alone because we called him for service. Unlike you getting a call for service, he's here for an actual service. The service that you're providing is feeling service. That is not in your code of conduct. It's not in the law. Get the hell out of here.
Be quiet. Damn. And
they don't live here.
She ain't done yet.
Private property. They don't live here anyway.
all right, so officer, we don't live.
I don't
we-
answer questions.
Officer, I dealt with you before. You know me. I dealt with you way back there about a year ago. All right, so you trying to rush it? I'm trying to tell you what's going on. All right, so this officer is forcing us to give our names. Well, she don't even care about them. More of me. She wants me to give my name. I've dealt with you before. You know how I operate. So the only way that I give my name is if you have reasonable, articulable suspicion that I've committed a crime, have committed a crime, or am about to commit a crime.
Which is the law. In Terry versus Ohio, you have to articulate it. This is not a traffic stop where you have more rules and compliance and code for officer safety. These people are on foot inside a property where the property owner is nowhere in this situation, and they do not have any authority whatsoever on private property. If the person that owns the property is not there, unless you are breaking a law in front of them, which they can't prove that he is trespassing or if he ain't. She went to the trespass because they said they were suspicious. That's it. Suspicion is not a crime.
So I'm not committing a crime. Every individual that we talk to, we have appointments today. Now it's like a big old thing. Yeah, she said that the lady said,
on you. We got a call.
she said that the lady
You
said,
see, and here's another thing I want to point out to you people right now. Here, let me put this on the scale of the side of me and make me big, because what I'm saying is bigger than this. Why is it that police officers think that just because they get a call, it supersedes everything there. We got a call. Even though we know you did nothing wrong. We know you done nothing wrong. We can't prove that you've done nothing wrong. But we got called. So give me your ID. No. That's not what the law says. The law says you have to have reasonable articulable suspicion, and you need to articulate that. You have to voice that, reasonably voice that to me to even detain me, or it's an unlawful detainment. This right here is an unlawful detainment. This is an unlawful use of her authority when she's sitting here asking for ID, when she articulated in the beginning, every jury in the world, I don't care where you're at, you put that in front of a jury, even if he did get loud, even if he did get obnoxious after that, because he has a right to stand his ground. If he's done nothing wrong, I can't help it that these people ain't listening. You have to get a little more firmer. You have to get them a little bit more louder. You have to say, oh, hell no, to where they're about to put violence on you. Because it's gaslighting. It's all gaslighting tactics. Every bit of it.
That we were soliciting PPL?
That we were soliciting PPL. They don't even have PPL.
They don't even
This
have
whole
PPL.
building is
They don't even have PPL.
This is the point, though.
There was something going on, that's all. And it would have been much easier.
Yeah. So what it is?
So I'm an independent contractor, so I don't wear what the fuck I want to.
So as far as the uniform.
Can I get your names?
My name's Jeffrey Geis.
I wouldn't have gave it to her.
Simple. It would have been simple just to give me that.
Yeah, it's just simple just to obey. It would just be more simple if you guys would just give up and let me violate your Fourth Amendment right to your amenity. You know what I'm saying? You actually have the right to be a private person according to the Fourth Amendment. What is wrong? Hello? No, this is a couple hours old. Anyway, it's a new, it's, you know how I do it, man. I show things, you know, if I'm not out there doing my thing, I will pull out other videos because I'm all about the education part of it. I'm not saying that I'm the smartest guy in the world. I make mistakes, ladies and gentlemen. I don't practice law. I'm just talking about it, and I'm talking about the things that I know as a paralegal. And this right here is unacceptable behavior from this public servant. Flat out, point blank. She could have come at him a different way, and she could have said, you know, yeah, you're right. I can't. The law says that I have to articulate a crime to get, but it you know, just for keepsakes, if you guys are on the job and if you're out here doing stuff, can you please, you know, show me a badge so I can dispel some of these people? And he still would have had a right to say no. And it's not a law that you have to participate. Where at in the Fifth Amendment does it say you're being uncooperative while inserting your right? It doesn't. It's just that that's some gaslighting the routines, and that's that perceived authority where bootlickers can't stand it.
That's all I want. That's all I ask. I ask everybody for their names.
Maybe I don't want to give you my name. I want to be anonymous. I'm working for a private company. What me and this company does is private.
Jeffrey Geis?
Jeffrey.
Geist?
Yeah.
Date of birth?
2394.
This guy's.
I'm not giving mine.
This guy's talking way too much.
Just go ahead.
I could probably read it off one ear.
No. No.
What's your name?
Macy Johnson. 0502 2000.
You guys been around here though?
No.
I don't answer questions. That's what you say. I don't answer questions.
I'm from Florida. Make sure we come here to do this.
No.
No.
I'm just asking.
No.
We live in the state of Pennsylvania, but we're not from here.
I'm from the planet
We're all
Earth.
from a different
How about
state.
that? I'm from planet freaking Earth.
Based out of.
How about that?
Do you have an office or anything? Or? We have offices all over. Where's the ground here? I've never heard of that company before. Let me see.
Oh, no, don't do that. Oh, she just illegally used her position to search and seize that property. That's not her property. That's another Fourth Amendment violation right here. Listen to this. Let me see. See, you see how that rolls? When she said, let me see it, because she gave her name, now she thinks that she's so submissive that she could just grab that out of her hand. Watch this.
I've never heard of that company before.
Let me see this. She, you see, look, let's go back again. She was hesitating a little bit when she raised it up. She just didn't flat out say here, and then she just took it. Let me see it. Let me see it.
Hey, officer, this lady, I still love you.
I know.
No matter what you say, I still love you.
Here we go. You're giving way too much information.
What that would work for?
We work for IGS.
All right, where's she? Oh, right there. All right, go ahead. What up with you? What's your name and badge number? Because you're an officer and you have to
You're
identify.
responding. So
You
yeah.
sign it?
I have to identify as a police officer.
All right, and what's your
Right.
name and badge?
I actually don't have to provide that as part of the policy. I don't know that in my policy. So,
Tell me this.
there's no
Wait,
actual
you
federal
lying.
state
You
law.
lying. So you work for you the large deal. So yes.
Yeah, but
according
he's county.
according to the
He's police department.
He said, I don't have to get that. Yes, they
He's not
do.
a county sheriff. He's like a town
Are you-
police. Yeah, he.
Nope. Come on, I beat you at this, man.
I'm very adept into
You can make
what
me
the
leave.
law
That's okay.
states.
We're
So.
okay.
Now, if you're gonna add me on Snapchat, if you want me on Facebook or something like that, I'll give you my name. But I'm not
So
giving you
here's
my
the thing.
name.
It would have been so much easier.
Yeah, but
just to
now
Oh, it would have been so much easier if you just would have obeyed and complied. It would have been so much easier if you just would have let me violate your rights for 30 seconds and send you on your way. It would have been so much easier. You guys, you bootlickers, 20 years from now are going to wish that you joined the movement when you did. It's going to be too late by then.
oh,
Give me
y'all
the
y'all
name.
got us out here like we the bad people.
Don't be saying that.
But we're not the bad
We're not
people.
the bad people.
Nobody's saying that, but
So
all
the
you gotta
process
do-
is when I
She
get
don't
my
wanna
name,
call the
you go make
police.
your
Stop
records.
talking. If you would have just given
Police.
me your name,
Constitutionalist.
okay, but now you're gonna have to start all over. Whatever you gotta do. I'm not gonna give my
Did
name.
Oh, I'm
she just say stop talking? Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. Let me go back and hear that again.
You're gonna have to start all over. Whatever you gotta do. I'm not gonna
Hear
give my
that
name.
again.
It would have been so much easier.
Yeah, but
just to
now
give me
y'all
the
y'all
name.
got us
Be so much easier.
out here like we the bad people.
Don't be saying that.
But we're not the bad
We're not the
people.
bad people.
Nobody's saying that, but
So
all you
the
gotta do
process is when I
She
get
don't
my
wanna
name,
call the
you go make
police.
your
Stop
records.
talking.
Oh my God. She said, stop talking. Who the does she think she is?
If you would have just given
Police.
me your name,
Constitutionalist.
okay, but now you're gonna have to start all over. Whatever you gotta do. I'm not gonna give my name.
Oh, I'm done now.
We got
I'm gonna
different
go to the
options on
bar.
different
I'm gonna have
blocks.
a drink. You might see me there.
She said,
Listen, I know
what did
I
she
get
say?
the vibe from you.
Michaela.
Your
2
job is to
a.m.
Get my name, run me through your system.
I wasn't running anybody.
This lady, come
I
on,
was
man.
not. I wasn't.
Okay, I
running
give this
anybody.
much. Give this much. I did 6.5 years in prison. There's nothing you can tell me.
Can I get a light? Can I get a cigarette? Off?
There's nothing you can tell me about the law. You can't. Look at me now. Look at the knowledge I give you.
I got you give me so
Yeah,
much
'cause you
knowledge.
know I'm
I
right,
don't even
though.
know if I can comprehend it.
All right. You might want to be an attorney
Right.
and not a cop.
Right.
Because you just
How
try.
long you been the police?
What she did was it's a scare tactic. She say,
Wow. 12 years she's been violating people's rights. That's all that tells me.
You love it? Love it.
There you go,
So you
Randall.
know what rap
I'm
is.
from the US of A,
That's what
baby.
we're talking about. Reasonable, articulate, so I don't have to identify, right?
So it's suspicion of it.
No.
So you have to have a refusal crime to go with it.
Oh, I love you. What law school you go to? What school you go to?
I know who you are.
Which one?
Oh, they don't teach you shit. You must study at home. That's why I like
I do. I mean, if you would like me to explain a suspicion of
Oh, I know it. I know
Stop
that.
it, broken.
So when four people show up to a house on a
Apartment.
Goofy guy.
on an apartment,
So,
and they feel that there's
I
something
believe-
suspicious about it.
What's his name? Bartos. It's hard to pronounce the TD together. Bartos, I don't know. Whatever. This guy thinks that he doesn't have to ID being a police officer.
Right.
Then we go into, okay, well, what's going on here? Is this a scam? So,
Scam.
scamming an
What is that?
individual, that's actually part of a theft
Hey.
on there. Theft by deception. So now are we going into, is this a possible suspicion of a theft?
Oh my God. If and but them are all justifications. I hear you cop-splaining me because you're supposed to do an investigation. Okay. That is your job to investigate people that you think that are committing a crime. And if you come up in your conclusion that they have, then you go detain them or you detain them while you investigate. And when the person goes to their Fifth Amendment, don't sit there and take that as, because you're not participating in my investigation, you are now not cooperative. You're non-cooperative. And that right there is a gaslight in itself, ladies and gentlemen. You can't let these people do this to you.
By deception. So you understand how I have now a suspicion of an particular
Well, you
crime.
turn it into that. You turn it not your mind because you're wondering about it's a scam.
Well, is this-
Nothing is
Is
scam.
this what I understand, but I have to determine is that what's
He's
going
always
on.
like this.
Where people are
He's
coming
like
in
this.
Right.
that are- They're
So if I
claiming.
come to the police
Can we
station
leave?
and I pull out my camera and start recording you,
No, it's
I can
investigative.
show that.
reason,
You're
that's-
absolutely right.
It's investigate. Wait a minute. Did she just say, can we leave? And he said, no, it's an investigation or investigatory. Let's listen to it.
recording you.
No, it's
I can
investigative.
show that.
reason,
You're
that's-
absolutely right.
It's an investigatory situation. So now they're illegally detained, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, that's.
Are we gonna be able to leave soon?
Well, yeah, as
If,
soon as we
if
confirm
I'm
with the
sitting at
neighbors,
home,
and
and
then
more
we'll get
people show
Oh
up,
yeah, as soon as we get the bootlicking people that are the feelings of the people that you've hurt and expel them, and once they know that we exploited our supremacy and we said that you're okay, then you're okay.
at my house.
Because we ain't doing nothing wrong. We're doing our job.
They say, hey, I'm with
We just
the
wanna-
utilities
Handcuffs, though,
company,
right?
and this
Yeah,
is
we just
what
want
it
to
is.
leave.
Color Juror, let me tell you something. You need to be sued. You need to be fired. You should not be detaining people for stuff that they did not commit. They did not commit a crime. You did not get a call from the owner of the establishment to say, hey, we got some suspicious people here that I don't want here. Get them out of here. Okay? They had no business here. I want them out. You don't hear that. You hear people saying, oh, I called the police because they didn't have a badge. That's the same thing as cops asking me for my press card. What, because I don't have my press card? It's kind of like Four Corners. Remember when Four Corners went into the police department? Remember that? Was it Four Corners fist in the air when he went up in there and asked to join the press conference, and they said no because he didn't have a press card? Really? What difference does it make if you didn't? These people are out of their minds to sit there and say that you need a press card while you're disseminating the news. There's so many laws on the books that have passed, like FBI versus the Wolf. That is one of the major ACLU cases that literally went and was passed by all and used in a lot of different case law in all the circuits. And these people have no clue what you're talking about.
Me as a homeowner,
we just got investigated.
No,
I'm gonna
this-
talk to the neighbors. As soon as she gets information from the neighbors, we talk to the people that initially called.
They feel that they're
And
in the
we'll
process of being
call
scammed.
But she's saying
We'll
that
also call management.
okay, they want to. We know they want us off the property. Can we leave?
No, we're being investigated and investigated.
At least he's being cool.
That's
At least they
not,
ain't putting us in handcuffs.
ladies and gentlemen, this is not being cool. They're not being cool about it just because they're calm. Okay, just because that officer calmly said you're detained doesn't mean he's being cool. If anything, he's being cruel. That's cruel and unusual punishment to detain you for a crime that you didn't commit.
Yeah, we could be
So
tough,
that's part of
but-
the investigation that would happen. So we can go, we can get your name, contact the utility company and say, hey.
Yeah, go ahead and do that. Go ahead and do that. But if you didn't see me commit a crime, once it's over with, this is why you need to sue them. This is why you need to put the complaints on them. This is why we need to get rid of qualified immunity. You think for that reasonable amount of time in your mind, because that's what you do all day long, you think it's okay to do that to free thinking Americans, and it's not. It's the same thing as kidnapping.
Do you have an individual that works?
Hey,
by this
I'll be
name?
damned.
Yes,
I
we do.
be.
Okay.
There you go.
All
He
the
said it.
credentials check out
Kidnap.
could
There
be
you go.
verified through the utility company that this
You
person
think I'm
is
just
correct.
pulling that
We don't
stuff
work
out
at
of my
utility.
ass?
And that's how our investigation.
So that's where that suspicion comes in.
Correct.
We don't
So
work
you
for the utility.
articulated that into a crime.
I didn't articulate it.
Yeah,
into
you
a
did.
crime.
So listen to your wording. You
What's
saying
the
that
company's name?
you saying
We don't
that
work for the
it's
utility.
something-
We work for IGS.
Yeah. First of all, we don't
It's,
work for the utility.
What is it?
That's first of
Interstate
all.
gas
Second of
supply?
all, you say that if somebody
I
comes
think
to your
so.
door, all right, you just articulated crimes by the add no, could this be a scam? Now you turning it into a crime. Right? You just turned something into a crime because of your
We look
mind.
at suspicion to see if it was a crime.
But your
Yeah, put that back in your
articulate
pocket.
suspicion has to be already proven right then and there. If somebody calls you and there's 4 people, you're suspicious. That's no crime. What are they doing? What are they doing? Obviously, you're looking at people's cars because I can look into this car right now.
Because
What
it's
are
used
they
by
doing?
the public.
Yeah, because it's
But
public.
now you're using other things to try and go to a specific scenario here. So we're talking about theft by deception being a person pretending to be a utility person going to scam.
Or it
No,
could
we
be
did
something
never.
else.
We never.
It could be
Never
part of the
pretended to be
investigation.
Yeah, don't, let's not use the word
Hey,
utility.
I'm about to say, yeah, I can't say on our.
I'm
badges,
sorry.
it does say we-
I muted that. So basically, what it comes down to is that every time they detain somebody for an investigation, the complainant has to have some facts that that the officer can articulate that says that you committed a crime. Okay, that's it. You're not allowed just to come up and detain somebody just been on the strength of somebody's feelings. It's got to be, yeah, these guys fit the description of people that's been here before that have scammed us and they're running scams and blah blah blah. Then they could say, okay, well, now there's these people are saying that you look like people that have this. They're not even in that. They still got to prove that you committed a crime. They got to prove that it was you. So there's a temporary inconvenience for 15 minutes. They're allowed to detain you for 15 minutes, according to the Supreme Court in some states.
We are not your utility. We are not the utility. We are only.
So where's my badge at?
I was just explaining this. I was just explaining a similar
Absolutely.
What is my badge?
situation. So we understood.
All right. So since you know a little bit of law, I'm gonna help you out. I'm gonna cover up my name. So you can't see that. You see what that says? I am not a utility employee. So now what's next? All right. What's next?
What's your name again?
No, I can't do that. I can do that. I can do that. I am not a utility. So
No, this is private property open to the public,
100%.
right?
Right.
Yeah.
And we have not been trespassed.
So, right.
There you go.
It's called an-
See, hear what he's saying? It's private property. And he says, yeah, and I have not been trespassed. That's why I'm trying to tell you, you have to have people that are actually there that are the custodians of the property to do a formal trespass. Police officers cannot formally trespass you without the complainant person that is in a custodian position.
They want you guys didn't have any contact with her?
No, we had contact with individuals.
Did you hear him? You haven't had any. This officer's asking him. He's talking too much. He's trying to get him to say yes. He's trying to look for a way where they could justify their stop by saying, has anybody from this facility contacted you? Listen to that again. See, this is why you got to be careful what you say, because you will help them with their investigation.
Right. I just called the manager. They want you guys didn't have any contact with her?
No, we had contact with individuals.
We have not had any contact with any individuals.
Yeah, relax. She manages the property. She has overall say, not the individual. They sign lease agreements, right?
Yeah.
And their apartments, they have their overall say inside their apartments. So if you're not allowed on this property. She says you didn't confront with her anything. Well, she says you have to leave. I just talked.
That's because he solicited a trespass. These people would not even know if that officer, he said, I just called her and I just talked to the person on the property. Did you have any contact with anybody in this facility? He first asked him. You see that? He's like, what are you talking about? He's like, well, they don't want you here and blah, blah, blah. He has already solicited a trespass because he knows this guy knows his rights, and he said he dealt with him before, so the cop is butthurt, so he went and solicited a trespass.
All right. So she's telling you to leave.
This.
There's also
I don't want to go to
signs.
jail
No,
today, man.
you know the law. There's also signs that says no soliciting, no trespassing.
Don't apply.
You didn't have any applicable. You weren't allowed to even do that at all. You didn't contact anyone at all. You didn't. I just talked to management. I have her email.
I just gaslit management. Yeah. We got a clown out here that's perpetrating to be something that he isn't. We want to get rid of him. Do you want him here? Can we get rid of him? I'd love to hear that conversation.
I'll put it on speaker right now.
With all due respect,
I'll put it on blast. You're recording. I'll put it on blast.
With all due respect,
I'm just saying. I don't want to embarrass you, but we can walk to the signs.
See, this brother right here didn't have the verbal judo that I have or other people in the community. He's still learning. I give him his props, but he should have shamed him and ostracized him and started to leave. Say, okay, I'm going to leave now because you solicited a trespass. You're garbage. You're trash. You're not here for me. You're not here for my rights. I'm on a job. I'm doing something. I work for a business for profit. At least I'm trying to work, and you guys don't want me in here because you're using it might be an underbidden place where people don't want them there because they're the competition of an electric or cable company or whatever, and they don't want them there. This is what these usually turn into, or they're soliciting a business, and they don't want people in there soliciting.
I'll show you that you're wrong. I can call her.
No,
I'll show you
what
that you're
you're
wrong.
saying is
what I'm trying to say
correct.
is, I get. So we're
So
good.
what I'm telling you,
So you're gonna leave.
I had appointments.
So you're gonna leave. All right. Look, the appointments are not contact management. You start off there. That way you have paperwork.
Okay. So you tell me to leave the property.
I'm telling you to leave.
Okay. Can I have one more word with you? All right. So let me get my hand back so you don't think I'm trying to grab your blicky. All right. So let me tell you this, like this. Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. You gonna hear me out, yo?
I'm listening.
All right. So management does not receive what these individuals, we come here for these individuals. So that's BS. All right. So what I'm telling you is I don't have to have permission from management to be on this property. If an individual, I could be banging a lady in that building. You don't know that. Management don't know that.
Well, if management says you have to leave, then you just have to leave, right?
Right.
100% I have to leave.
There you go, buddy. So we're good to go.
All right.
Have a good
Just so
one.
you're aware that even if you are banging somebody in one of the apartments and management comes back and says, we don't want you on the premise,
They have
you're not a
overall
lease
say,
agree person on the lease, yeah, you have to go. Management
Okay.
overall say.
All right.
Around that.
Yeah,
But
you
if
just don't have to
management
trade.
didn't know that I was here,
Always.
you called management, which I don't know why you did because we don't have no
Well,
appointment with
we are-
management.
Well, we have.
Because they were solicited. That's called soliciting a trespass.
Go to the people we talked to.
Yeah, I just talked to her.
No, you didn't go in there.
No, we didn't talk to that lady.
She's a resident. She called. I spoke to her.
Man, come on, man.
She said she had PPL. That bitch don't even have
This
PPL.
may go smoother next time.
It will, because I'll take it to court. Yeah, you know how big cases in court with this shit, man.
That's fine.
All right.
I'll go to the property.
All right. All right.
So,
I'm going to
so as you see, when the police officer first, this is what we need to go off of. And this is the winning source right here. This is where this guy automatically won.
Can you make sure you tell them the right thing? We ain't doing nothing wrong. I know we ain't doing nothing wrong, right?
I'm not saying you're doing it.
Right.
You can cancel that. I didn't say you're doing anything wrong, but I want
Boom. Okay. But I want to ID you.
you to identify yourself because you're going in and out of all these buildings.
I will.
That's all.
Okay, there it is. So if you're not doing anything wrong, why would I have to ID? So again, guys, this is what Wolby pulls out. This is what Wolby, tries to look. I understand people want to know that they're safe, and they don't want hustlers in, and I get what people were doing and finding ways to solicit their products or selling whatever they're selling. And instead of putting up no soliciting, or any solicitors has to come to the front door. See, they can make their own signage there, or they could buy it. You know what I mean? And it can be enforced if they allow police officers to police the property, which most of them apartment complex do. And it saves time, it saves money, and it saves people from getting their rights violated, like this woman was about to. That is his individual ID, man. That is his identification as a person, and it says that there's no deception there. It says it right on there. Okay, I am not a utility person, but it says his name and it says the name of their business. So whatever they're selling, it's something that's not so popular, and they already have the services there. Anyway, that is all I wanted to point out in these situations where police are getting involved in civil matters, which it could have been handled a different way. And now, if the owner would have said, well, we don't want you soliciting here and we want you to leave, I'm sure they probably would have left, because they know this guy knows a little bit about this. So for them to stand around, you know what I mean, and perpetrate the fraud, like they have business there. No, you this is not business no more. You've been told by the owner you have to leave, and you do have to leave. Hell, you guys remember when I was on that one property recording that cop, and because they have been harassed by the police there so much, they're afraid of the police marginalizing them, that they didn't want to make or provoke the police any further, so they come out trying to show out for the police, making them think, okay, yeah, don't harass the police. And that's what the lady said. Quit. You don't no, none of that here. You're not going to harass the police here. And I'm like, whatever. And I got all ticked off and left, and it was stupid, because I was peacefully recording. I wasn't trying to hurt nobody. I wasn't trying to intimidate nobody. I wasn't there to elicit any type of response. I was just recording. That's it. What Turner versus Driver allows me to do, and says that I have a right to do that in the First Amendment. I'm going to read some of this, and I will. Let's see. Hello, shamed Canadian. What's going on? Corporate means works together. The cops don't pay you any money. You don't have to cooperate. Yeah, gotcha. Yep. Let's see. They're power tripping hard. Yeah, of course they are, because that's what they do. And yes, they did. They did. And yeah, I know I was muted there for a second. My fault, guys. Because I was actually, defining the word kidnap, but I didn't want to put that in there because it means, we all know what it meant. There was a time and a place for everything. So, and it says he went and solicited the trespass, and I guarantee you the office he walked into to solicit the trespass had no soliciting sign. Probably did, maybe. Make sure you hit that like button for sure. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Uh, and for some of those people that continue to make fun of Wolvie for his disabilities and stuff like that, that's fine. Go on and let the whole world know, because I'm just going to put them all together one day. But now I'm being made fun of because my vision's going bad. As you see, I'm pronouncing stuff because I'm having a hard time seeing even with my glasses. It's part of my condition, it has a lot to do with my brain injury, and it is what it is. But forgive me if I say a name wrong. Try to understand that it was a it's a mistake, guys. All right. Yeah, I don't mean to butcher anybody's name or anything like that. Not saying he was doing anything wrong, but made about 20 minutes of argument about it. LOL. Well, it is what it is. You got to stand up for your rights. If you got convictions, I have convictions. You know what I'm saying? My conviction is if I go somewhere and I don't want to be detained illegally or stopped in my travels, whether I'm walking or riding, okay, or whatever the case, anything that has anything to do with government, I want to keep my anonymity. You know what I'm saying? Yep, no warrant, no point. Exactly, exactly. Is there is where need to get to in their minds. Yeah, exactly. Nobody's perfect. Yeah, gotcha. If the tyrants don't have anything, they can take that nothing and leave. Exactly, exactly. That's what it should have done in the beginning. Was watch them. Okay, keep an eye on them from a distance, and figured it out what they were doing and watched. Okay, that's all they had to do was watch. Because if they hit a button, somebody lets them in. They're allowed in there. You know what I mean? All right. Anyway, I'm done, and I think my point was made. And everybody have a great rest of your weekend because tomorrow's Monday. And have a great work week. God bless. Wolverines go back quiet reading the mail. For show. See you in the next one.